Alright, everyone, J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. I'm going to review this week's Impact Wrestling episode from the 30th of November. Hope everyone's Thanksgiving holiday was good, and if you didn't celebrate it, hope you had a good weekend. I don't know. So let's get into this. This episode was jam-packed full of fun matches and little fun nuggets of promos, and just, man, they could have stretched this one out almost to a 3-hour episode. Not that you wanted to, but I'm just saying this one was tightly packed. I wish my only criticism is I wish some of the matches were a little longer. Like the first one, I started watching this episode a little late, so I actually missed the first match. So I apologize. I can't comment much on the first match of the Knockouts title tournament. That was Madison Rayne, Laurel Van Ness, and new to the Impact Zone. I don't think this is her first match on Impact, but new to the Impact Zone is Casey Spinelli. I wanted to make sure I said it right. And I'm pretty sure I got the last name right, Spinelli. So yeah, I am gonna go back and watch this, because I think the Knockouts Championship is important, especially for this brand. When I saw how it ended. Laurel Van Ness got the finisher and the win over Spinelli. So. Gonna be very interesting to see what happens next week. Next week is the other part of the tournament. We've got next week we got Sienna versus Rosemary versus Allie, and then the two winners from the two matches are going to go for the Knockouts Championship, and that'll probably be in, I'm guessing, 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how they book the episodes. So that's pretty cool. Excited to see that. Ever since Gail Kim dropped the championship a couple weeks ago, week ago, whenever it was, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Yeah, last week was Turkey Mania, yeah, or whatever they call it, yeah. Got to see a short but sweet match between Ishimori and Hakeem Zayn. Was impressed by the newcomer to Impact, Zayn, and made sure they spelled it differently than Sami Zayn. I noticed that. I had to make sure when I was writing it down. I wrote down Z-A-Y-N, and then was like, no, wait, that's, no. And then I saw how they spelled his name up on the background, and it's Z-A-N-E, just how you would normally spell it, So, yeah, funny little thing there. But a great match between these two. Wow. And Ishimori never disappoints. Such a good talent from the X Division. Zayn, I gotta say, even though he lost his first match here, he just started with these guys, so he's not gonna win every match. He's got to earn his way in the company. He earned his way to the company, but that's life. You get some wins, you get some losses, and even though he lost his first one here, I think it was a darn good match. So props to Hakeem Zayn, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Lee and Conley then, after the match, attack Ishimori, and yeah, craziness ensuing there. So yeah, I imagine this is going to lead to Ishimori going for the X Division Championship. That's, I'm guessing, is all relates to what happened the week before with that, what, 3-on-3, I think it was, whatever it was. So yeah, can't wait to see that when that happens. Let's see what's going on next. Oh, my notes were kind of all over the place, so excuse me. So then they made an announcement that Defy Wrestling out of Washington is going to be putting new product on the GWN app. I don't know if that means that they're going to be featuring their events soon, like when you pay for the app as opposed to just watching the free product on there. So that's going to be interesting. There's also a few others that have been announced as well. The future Stars of Wrestling and Border City Wrestling from Canada, and a few others. And I think that's where they're all going to be getting different talent from, and then they'll feature their product. So hey, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's just, you may not know these companies, but there's good product from each one, and if they're, you know, taking the best that they can find from each one and put it on there, and in return feature their own like local product on there, that's just good for wrestling. That's just, you know, it's one step further from what they're already doing with, like, you know, sharing talent from AAA and Noah, you know, amongst other places like the Crash and whatnot. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this all goes. If they're going to get their big monthly events put on there and you have to pay for them, like, or you get them free as far as like paying for the app, the $8 a month or whatever it is. We'll have to see. I haven't heard any details yet. But as part of this, Defy being on the new app and being part of Impact, they featured a match between Randy Myers and Sami Callihan. They showed just snippets from it, unfortunately. They didn't show the whole thing. Randy Myers got quite the beatdown, but he did put up one hell of a fight against Sami Callihan, and that is one guy you cannot snooze on for 1 second. Sami Callihan getting the win here. So it'll be interesting to see if they bring Randy Myers in to the company itself for tapings. We'll have to wait and see. Looked okay. Looked all right. You know, not bad for a first showing. That we finally get the long-awaited, and I say long-awaited because it's a match that I've been actually talking about for a while that I've wanted to see. So hey, if this is a result of, I'm not going to take all the credit here. I'm not going to toot my own horn, pat myself on the back. But I am very happy that we finally got to see the one-on-one of James Storm versus Tejano. Might be lucky enough to see a rematch because this was one of the highlights of this episode for me. was great to see these two duke it out. James Storm getting the win here after a big super kick, and Tejano, or as Famous B would say, Tejano, trying to steal Storm's hat and call himself the cowboy. Oh, big mistake there. And then taking the guy's beer. What was he thinking? My goodness. You don't take a man's beer. That's just, no. As I sip my super gulp. Or whatever the hell this is. Whatever. But yeah. Never steal a man's beer. James Storm gets the win. And then he is attacked by Lashley and American Top Team. And then Lambert, the head guy, the coach for American Top Team, puts out the challenge that next week... Oh, I had to rewind this and watch it again. I was like, no, he did not just, no, stop that. That's just goofy. No, he did. He did, folks. He said, next week we are going to see Moose and Storm versus Walking Armageddon, Lashley, and Lambert himself, which just left the entire team like dumbfounded. But honestly, I'd rather see that than King Mo, because after seeing King Mo at the last big event, no, please don't stick him in the ring. Now we're getting the chance to actually see Coach Lambert get his butt kicked by either Storm or Moose. Are you serious? Shut up and take my money. I can't wait to see that. Oh, that's going to be a riot. And maybe that'll finally be the end of America Top Team coming around and shooting their mouth off. And oh, then who's that? Who's that guy? The guy that got clobbered a week or two ago in the neck brace tells the guys, "I got this." Like he's gonna clobber Storm. He gets in the ring. My mother's watching this. She's proud of me. I'm gonna take care of this. Turns around. Who is that guy? Oh my God. What a riot. That was hilarious. Got his ass knocked out again. Who wore it better? I'm sorry, I can't remember the dude's name. Whatever the guy's name is, Anderson, I forget. Who wore it better, him or Curtis Axel, as far as neck braces? Did anybody put that on the internet yet? I don't think so. Let me know in the comments. Who wore the neck brace better? Big topic of discussion for next week. Right here on Smash This Podcast. That'll trend. Yeah, that'll trend. All right, what's next here? We shut up, Chuckles. We get a rewind segment. Excuse me. Still fighting something, folks. Sorry. Get a rewind segment from the old days of TNA. Rhino versus Abyss. Crazy stuff. Puts Abyss through a wall. Rhino is still in shape, even though we barely see him on WWE television anymore. But back then, my goodness. He was a little more dangerous of a beast back then. Still get it done, but back then, jeez Louise. That was nuts. That was nuts. Fun little snippet there. Then we get the debut of one of my favorite independent wrestlers. The hottest. One of the hottest. The hottest. We'll call him the hottest. We'll call him the hottest. Hottest free agent out there. All Ego. Ethan Page debuting as Chandler Park. 1/3 of Park. And Park. And was that 3? It's late. Don't ask me to count out any time after, 6 p.m. Math out the window. Park, and Park. It's 3 of them, right? Whatever. So, great little, horribly edited. It was on purpose, but it was horribly edited. Commercial looking like it's straight out of the 80s, possibly 70s, probably 80s though. With the graphics looking like, it looked like something from Stranger Things. Maybe that's where they got the idea from. Probably inspired from Stranger Things, like an 80s thing. But great comedic commercial segment, promo, whatever you want to call it, from Joseph Park. And I'm not the biggest fan of Joseph Park, the character, but now that they put Chandler Parks with this, I'm in. I've been waiting to see him debut with this for a while. He's Canadian, so let's hope they keep using him. I don't know what they're gonna do next. But this was the debut of the character, so I'm ecstatic. In fact, we even got a phone number in the ad. Yes. So we're going to, now live, while I'm making this, we're gonna call it. Okay. Shut up. Need parents' permission. Shut up. What do you do here again? Just shut up. Adults are talking now on the phone. Alright. We're going to try this. I don't know what the heck we're going to get. But we're going to try this, okay? This is the number that was in the ad. 615 492 4883. And it's not a 555 number like you see in the movies or TV. So, I don't know. Let's. Okay.
You've reached the law offices of Park, and Park. Chandler and I are not available right now, but Grandma Jenny is stuck on phone duty all week. So please leave your name, number, and a brief message at the tone, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We look forward to representing you.
Hey, this is J-Bone from Smash This Podcast. Absolutely loved the segment. Keep it up, guys. Much love. It's real. It's just like from Lucha Underground, the number that Famous B hands out, 423, get fame. It's a real number. You get a message, and you can leave a message. That's a riot. That's awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, give it a call. Talk to him. Leave a message. It's 615-492-4883. You gotta be kidding. It's awesome. Oh, they ripped off Lucha Underground. Shut up. It's funny. That's funny right there. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Glad I decided to do that. You were scared. Shut up. Just sit over there and let the adults do this, okay? Thank you. All right. Back to this. Park. That's awesome. Then we get a nice little flashback. Also something, promoting the app from Genesis. One of their shows, Genesis. I didn't catch the year. Had to be mid-2000s. I'm guessing. 2005, 6, I'm guessing. Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. And when he beat Samoa Joe's streak that he had for like a year and a half in TNA. Man, these two. You gotta wonder, yeah, they're both in the WWE now, but you gotta wonder if they're ever gonna do that again. Not a streak, just saying, face each other again. But if not, get the app. There you go. Nice little plug there for you guys. Then Eli Drake cuts a promo. Jimmy Jacobs passes him in the hallway then. And they kind of just look at each other. Interesting. So Jimmy Jacobs was on the show, but just kind of in passing. What does that mean? Is he going to be... tied to Eli Drake? Or possibly have a match with him? We'll have to wait and see. What do we got here? EC3 sitting in the announce booth during the Tyson Ducks versus Matt Sydal match. Matt Sydal getting a win here against Tyson Ducks. Nice match. And with this win, next week, Sydal gets a shot at the Grand Championship that EC3 is holding. So next week, we'll see that. Gotta be better than Bah. I gave my comments on that last week. Yeah, just wasn't a fan of it. Like them both, just wasn't a fan of the match. This match, sure to be better. Oh, we get next. We get the grudge match. The headliner, El Patron versus Johnny Impact. I have been waiting for a couple years now to see these two face off again because they had such a good rivalry in Lucha Underground. And we finally get to see it again. It's awesome. These two tore it up. They had a great match. Patron doing some crazy stuff. The stuff that they showed when they came back from commercial break, put the ring steps, laid them like on top of his arm or across part of his chest or whatever he did, and then jumped off the apron and stomped on the steps and then as the steps were falling, this was kind of funny. Not that you want to see someone get hurt, but Patron landing on the steps and kind of rolling down them in slow-mo, how they showed him, looked, oh my God, looked bad. Looked painful is what I mean. That looked like that hurt. Hell yeah. But hey, I've never seen anyone do that. I've seen people throw the steps into people, the people into the steps. I've never seen anybody stomp on the steps use it as a weapon like that. That was crazy. Crazy. That's a first. Eli Drake comes out towards the end of the match, distracts Patron. Those two get into it. And then, sorry, had a flashback there to where Tejano was stealing James Storm beer. I don't know where that came from. It's getting late. It's getting late, folks. Crazy. No, they did not come out. No. Shut up and let me finish, okay? Eli Drake comes out, distracts Patron, and then Johnny ends up, from the distraction, chaos ensues, Johnny gets the win, but then Eli Drake also attacks Johnny. Petey Williams then comes out, saves the day, chases all the heels away. And that Johnny Impact and Petey Williams raise their hands in victory and celebrate in the ring. I have absolutely no doubt that this is going to lead to a tag team match, 2-on-2. I can't picture Patron getting along with Drake very well. And I love the way that Patron always calls Johnny Little Johnny. Little Johnny. He's not little. Crying out loud, his six-pack is... Yeah, I know, that's going to get awkward. I'm not going to... No. Anyways... Quit feeding me that awkward stuff, dude. It's crazy. So yeah. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for this week's review of Impact Wrestling right here on Smash This Podcast. I'm your host, J-Bone. Ring that bell for notifications. Give the video a like. Give the channel a sub. And that's it. That's it. Sayonara. It was a blast. Loved this episode. Had a couple where not everything was really, clicking. This one, crazy all the way through. Dug it. Loved it. Saw some new faces and some great matches. And yeah, make sure you call Park if you ever get, smacked by a car while walking through a parking lot. Or maybe don't, because, well, we saw what happened at the end of that one. That's crazy. Poor guy. Gets hit by a car. Then he's going to get sued. Who does that? Who does that? Good night, folks.